Good morning. Welcome to the lecture Decision Support System and Advance. In previous lecture, we discussed about the text mining applications. In that, the application case 7.4 we discuss, which is mining for lights. In that, we seen the tenfold cross validation, which is used for validation the results, and for result accuracy analysis their logistic regression is used, decision tree, neural networks, as well as for there were 31 features used for analysis purpose, and 371 usable statements are generated. Now we will see the text mining application, gene protein interaction identification. In this example, there are 5-layer architecture. 5 layers are there. First one is the shallow farce, and another one is the POS, then word, then ontology, and gene protein. Their sequence, protein sequence is shown, and with this protein sequence we can identify the interaction in between genes. Interaction in between the genes. These proteins form by some sequence, by some expressions of the BCL2 is correlated with insufficient white blood cell death and activations of the P53. The detail about this is given in some research paper. If we see the result identification of the gene related to the mental disorder by the text mining, the mental disorder are the important disease with a high prevalence rate in the general population. Common mental disorder are the complex diseases with high just a minute with high heritability, and their pathogenesis is the result of interaction between genetic and environmental factors. However, the relation between the mental disorder and the gene is complex and difficult to evaluate. Additionally, some mental disorder involve numerous genes, and a single gene can also be associated with the different type of a mental disorder. This study used text mining, including word frequency analysis, cluster analysis, and association analysis. And also in our given example, there the word analysis techniques is used. Word frequency analysis is used of the PubMed database to public medical database to identify gene related to mental disorder. The word frequency analysis reveal 52 high frequency genes important in the study of mental disorder. Cluster analysis shown that the 5-HTT HCl64 and MAOA are common genetic factor in most mental disorder. This is the example of result of the association rule shown that the CKK and 5-HTT MAOA are the most closely related. We use the text mining technology to analyze gene related to mental disorder to further summarize and clarify the relationship between the mental disorder genes, as well as identify protein relationship providing a foundation for future experiment. The result of the association analysis also provide refers to the multi-gene study and mental disorder. This text mining is used in the identification. Text mining application is used in mental disorder identification as well as genetic changes identification in the mental condition, as well as to identify the protein. Protein protein interaction prediction using text mining method. There are many applications of the text mining method. You see, it is beyond any doubt that protein and their interaction play an essential role in most complex biological processes. The understanding of their function individually, but also in the form of a protein complex, is of a great importance. Nowadays, despite the plethora of various high thoughtful experimental approaches for detecting protein-protein interaction, many computational methods aiming to predict new interactions have appeared and gained interest. In their review, we focus on text mining based computational methodology aiming to extract the information from protein and their interaction from the public repositories such as literature and various biological databases. We discuss their strength, we, their weakness, and how they complement existing experimental technique by simultaneously commenting on the biological database which holds such information, and the benchmark dataset can be used for evaluating new tools. There we seen another type of example, protein-protein interaction prediction using the text mining. So the text mining is very important in the every sector, like text mining for biomedical literature. In this biomedical literature you can get the text mining of biomedical literature doing well, but we could do better. How to learn about the gene function text mining or ontologist, a guide for building biological pathway along with two case study here and press development. Protein-protein interaction using text mining method. Takes as a data using text-based feature for protein representation and computational prediction of their characteristic. There are various literatures available. You see in this text as a data using text-based feature for protein representation. The current area, the current era of the large-scale biology is characterized by a fast-paced growth in the number of sequence genomes and consequently by the multitude of identified protein whose function has yet to be determined. Simultaneously, any known or postulated information concerning gene and protein is a part of the ever-growing published scientific literature, which is expanding at a rate of over millions of new publications per year. Computational tools that attempt to automatically predict and annotate protein can characterize such as functions of localization pattern are being developed along with systems that aim to support the process via text mining. Most work of the protein characterization focus on the features derived directly from the protein sequence data. Protein related work that does aim to utilize the literature typically concern on extracting specific fact, example protein interaction from the text. In the past few years, we have taken different route, creating the literature as a source of a text-based feature which can be employed just as a sequence-based protein features were used in earlier work for predicting protein cellular locations and possible also functions. We discuss here in detail the overall approach along with cellular location and possibly also functions result from work we have done in this area demonstrating the value of methods and its protein use. You look at this research article, there are id biological processes, id biological regulation development process, cellular process response simulations are various categories of the result. The result for protein subcellular predictions is given here. An experimental setting is like this. You can study this for detail go like era pre and all is given in this research article. In this for utilizing the biomedical literature pertaining to protein as a source of data that can be used for representing protein, and both the cross validation studies shows here and the uh, challenges predictions performance of uh, molecular functions such as uh, obtained for biological processes. The text based and the sequence based classifier have different strengths and weaknesses. Therefore, they strongly believe that the interaction of text and sequence based classifier can advance function prediction as well as other aspect of the protein characterization. In protein characterization, text and text mining, text mining is very much important. There is the text mining process, context diagram for the text mining process, how text mining work. Software hardware limitations are there, uh, privacy issues, linguistic limitations, extract the knowledge from available data sources. To extract the knowledge from available data sources, understand the data, structured database, context specific knowledge, domain expert tool and techniques are needed. You see in this diagram the unstructured data we have to make the structured, and structured data we have to use into the extraction knowledge from various source. From extraction knowledge we require the hardware and softwares. If we use the software for extraction the information, there may be their limitation of that software. That software is not give us all kind of information, maybe like limitation in that softwares, as well as the hardware's limitations. Hardware is not able to capture all type of information, all type of data from the source. So these are the limitation for extracting the valuable available information knowledge at the location of the data or source of the data. Suppose we want to capture the air through the camera. Is it possible to capture the air through this camera? I am looking to you through this camera, and you are also looking to me through the camera. Okay, but in between camera and me there is some space. Maybe there in this space some waves are there, or some air kind of information is there. Is it possible to capture this information which is in between me and camera? No. This is the hardware limitation. Maybe camera is looking this material in this space, but software is not accepting that information or storing that information and showing to us. Maybe the software limitation is there, or maybe the hardware limitation is there. Sometimes privacy issues, we can't share our mobile number, our photographs at all the places because of the privacy issues. But we need that. We know the Aadhaar. In Aadhaar, government of India, which is the unique identity, and in that there is the data stored by every individual, like face, fingerprint, uh, signature. Okay, and that information is required to do the bank transactions, to withdraw the monies. Nowadays the Aadhaar is using. If you give your fingerprint and Aadhaar to the software will access and give the permission to you to make the transactions online with the help of other. This is the privacy issues. So government has kept that information very secure. This information is not accessible. Means which information? Aadhaar information is not accessible to all the persons. Some of the authorized persons only access that information. There are linguistic limitations to extract the knowledge from available data sources. There are linguistic information. We know. You see, suppose I want to write here some text through my voice. It is possible in a English language, but it is not possible in some other language because the linguistic limitation is there to the software. Just you look at this location. I have typed here Google search engine. uh, just a minute. You see here, uh, you see here is the button. Through this we can speak and send the information, but the information is recorded. You look at a browser. There in browser, You see, I have opened a browser in my mobile phone, and now at this location, you look at this location, there is mic. If I click on this mic, I can type with voice command. Now I am clicking here. uh, i I want to search the information related to the text mining. I want to search the information related to the text mining. This information is going to type here. This information, what I am speaking, this information is typing here. If you able to see in this box, you see you see now the box. Before that box there is the uh, you see in this browser some information is typing in English. If I talk in Marathi, the Marathi will not be typed here because the language 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 barrier is there, language limitation is there. बघा, आता जर मी जर का मराठीमध्ये बोललो तर ते टाईप होत नाही. Yes, this is the
Yes.
limitations. uh, there the linguistic limitations are there to extract the informations. To overcome this linguistic information, we have to design like language software. Suppose we want to recognize Hindi language or Marathi language, then we have to design first like this software, then that software will be acquire the information. Suppose we have kept some sensors at the marketplace to recognize the people's voice. Is there some violence is creating by some persons? To identify that voices, we have kept some mics in the market, but our software is only acquire the English sentences. Then there is the limitation. We can't understand if the person is speak if person will speak in other language than the English. Our camera, our sensor, our mic will not able to capture that voice. So according to the application, there are some limitations as well as some privacy issues to the voice. We can't take the voice of peoples by without their prior permissions, because voice nowadays is using as a password, as a identity. So at the time of capturing voice, we require some permissions from that individual, that persons. Context specific knowledge. To extract the knowledge from available data sources, we require these domain expertise, tools, and technique. We know, suppose we want to extract the uh, EEG signal of the human being. Now we don't know about the EEG, but if we visit at the hospital, there the doctors known about the EEG, what is EEG, electroencephalographic, and how that EEG is captured. We not understand now, but we can take the help of the doctor as a domain expert to extract the EEG signals. If the we use the text mining process application as a EEG application using the text mining. Suppose we are taking to identify the mental conditions, mental disorders. We know their sentences created in the brain before it producing. I am talking with you here. At that time, some sentences are creating in my mind, and after that I am producing through the mouth from out of the brain. Before production of the sound, we people are finding that sentences in the human brain. Sometimes we can't speak, sometimes we in the calm state, means not speaking to anyone. That time also brain thinks about something. People are doing research on that topic. Is it possible to capture the text, the data, before producing, before talking to others? Scientists are doing research on this field also. There, text mining is used. This is the process of text mining. In text mining, unstructured data, first we want to do the structure. How we will take the data from various sources. Hardware is required, software is required, some privacy issues are there, linguistic issues are there, and to acquire the data we require domain expert as well as some tools and the techniques required. And then we can context specific knowledge, we can get the context specific knowledge. Context specific knowledge, exact information what we need. Suppose from social media we require customer to buy our product. Suppose we have a product like mobile phone and we want to sell the mobile phone. To sell the mobile phone we require people's mobile number. There is huge information on social media, on Facebook. From Facebook, just getting the mobile number that is, and the name of the person is our context specific knowledge. From all the content we require only the specific information. Text mining process now, the three step text mining process. In task 1, establish the corpus, collect, organize the domain specific unstructured data, then create the term document matrix, introduce structure to the corpus, then extract the knowledge, discover novel pattern from the TD matrix. In first task, the input to the process include variety of relevant unstructured and semi-structured data sources such as text, XML file, HTML file, etc. From all possible, we will we will collect the information and establish the corpus. Establish the corpora, means the data. That data may be numeric, images, text from HTML files, text from textbooks, text from newspaper, text from web pages like this, HTML pages. All that data, structured, unstructured data, we will capture first and then create the term document matrix, introduce the structure to the corpus. The output the output of the task 1 is collection of the document in some digitized format for computer processing. Okay, we have captured the data. Now that data we required into the digital format to doing the analysis. For doing the analysis we want to make that data in digital format. Now you see I have this card and I want to take copy the this blue name, this white name. I want to copy this white name. For this we require to scan first. We require to make this in digital form. Then this information we will be able to capture, we will be able to edit, we will be able to store into the computer. Now there are some text, some logos, some background colors, all that information is the is the collected information, and now we want to create the term document matrix. We want to make this data in the structure. Now this is the unstructured data. Why this is unstructured data? On this card there is images also, there are images also, there are some text also, there are some numbers also. So this is the mix information. To make this information, in a processing format, digital format, we have to categorize this information in various tabular format. In first table we will store the numbers, all the numbers we will store. In second table we will put the text, all the text we will put. In the third column we will put the images, logos, and in the fifth column we will store the color. Now this is the structured data. First of all, this was unstructured data and we made that data in the structured format. So now easily we can make the analysis of this data, we can make the process on this data. The After that we extract the knowledge and discover the novel pattern from the this matrix, TD matrix. The output of the task 2 is flat file called the term document matrix. Term document, TD term document matrix, where the cells are populated with the term frequencies. In these cells there are the cells. In this cell there are the frequency, how much time A is there, uh, how much time B is there. On this whole text we can find the frequency, we can find the number of occurrences in the databases of similar kind of data. And lastly the output of the task 3 is a number of problems specific classification, association, clustering, models, and visualization. Once we get the data, we will classify this data in numerical format, alphabetical format, image format. If image format is, this image is proper, logo, which logo is there, the Bamu University logo is there or some other logos are there, we can classify once we extract this information from the sources, various sources. This is the three-step text mining processes. First, data is in a unstructured format. Data is in a unstructured format. Now we know one example I am giving to you. In previous day we were using some applications in mobile phone to sending the SMS from our mobile to our friend. There is the message app. Now also we are using that app, but through this app we can send only the text messages. This is the app. Message app is there in our mobile phone. Message app is there in our mobile phone. Through this app we can only send the text, not images. The input of this software is only the text. If we provide this text, this is the image, to this software will not send the information. Why? Because this is the image, this is not in the structure of this software. This software required text, and these are also text but in the image format. But now the software is improved. this limitation is overcome. And whatsapp type of message sending software is came in our mobile phone, and using whatsapp we can send directly this image. In this image there are texts, but we can send this, as well as now we can send our video audio through the whatsapp. This is the upgradation of the structure. In previous softwares there only the uh, text type of a structure we were sending, but now the images, audio, video are able to send through the whatsapp to the other person from mobile phone. And but yet we can't send the things. Now I want to send these sanitizers bottles to the person through the mobile phone. It is not possible to send because this is the unstructured information, not in the structure of the mobile phones applications, not in the structure of whatsapp, not in the structure of email. Directly send the things to the receiver. Is it understood? Is it understood? The text mining processes. Step 1, establish the corpus. Collect all relevant unstructured data, example textual document, XML file, emails, web pages, short notes, voice reading, and digitize, standardize, and collect, example all the ASCII text file. Then place the collection in the common place, example in flat file or in a dictionary as a separate files. Text mining processes. Step second, create the term by document matrix. We have to create the TD matrix. In this TD matrix, the terms document 1, 2, 3, then investment, risk, project management, software engineering, development, and the SAP. In the investment risk, document 1 is there, and development, yeah, in document 1 is there. Document 2 is the project management. What is the document 3? Document 3 is the software engineering. We sort this information in the table. What is document 4? Document 4 is the project management. And what is document 5? Document 5 are software engineering related documents, as well as some development document is there. And document 6 is the investment risk and the development. There are two documents like this. In text second we have to term by the document matrix and create the term by document matrix TDM. Should all term be include? Stop word, include word, synonymous, homo, homonyms, stemming. What is the best representation of the indices value in cell? Row count, binary frequencies, log frequencies, and inverse document frequencies. These kind of informations are there in the rows count. And the TDM is the parse matrix. How can we reduce the dimensionality of the TDM? Manually, a domain expert goes through it and eliminate terms with very few occurrence in a very few document. Transform the matrix using regular values decompositions. And singular value decomposition is a similar to principal component analysis PCA. Principal values we will make at a single place, and the low imported value we will keep in the another row, another cell. In step 3, extract the pattern or knowledge. Classification text characterization, cluster natural grouping of the text, improve search recall, improve search precision, scatter, gather, query specific clustering, association, and trend analysis. All these extract the pattern. Clustering we will use we will improve search recall, we will improve uh, precisions, and next is the research trend identification in literature, text mining application. We will see this application in next lecture. If you have any question regarding this text mining process, you can ask. In text mining process there are three steps. This is the TD matrix. In this TD matrix there are various document, six kind of documents shown in this table, and 3 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 11 13 documents are there in six kind, and five kind of paper, five kinds of files are there. These 13 document are classified, are categorized in five kind of information like investment risk, project management, software engineering, development, SAP. Okay. If you
Yes, sir.
if you have any question regarding this text mining process three steps diagram, you can ask. If you want to do research, if you want to do any project related to the text mining, you have to follow these three steps. First collect the data, collect the corpora, then make that corpora in structure format in database. Once you have make there one matrix, after that you have to make the categories with the help of some visualization tool, some classification tools we have to use to make the classification. You see at this table there are risk, investment, project management, software engineering, development, and the SAP, and other type of features documents are there. But these 13 documents are stored only in the five kind of documents, because in software engineering there are the in document 3 there are three files, in document 5 there are two files. This is we have to categorize in the text mining process at the step 2. This is the corpora collected from the extracted from the collected information in step 1 with some various sensor. The data we will collect from various sensor like camera, like mic, like handwritten document, like scanning. We have to collect all that information in step 1, and after that we have to make that document into the structure format, and once we made that in structure format we have to make it categorized, classified. Accurate classification should be there, therefore we have to use there some classification technique like clustering, like SVM, support factor machine, like principal component analysis. At last we seen this uh, single value decomposition, principal component analysis, PCA. These are the technique to classify the correct data. You see, we manually, it is easy to classify the data, but we have to make the text mining process computerized, not manually. We will categorize the information computer through the computer, not manually. You see at this document, there are images, text, and colors, numbers. Okay, it is very easy to classify manually. We will write all this data on paper, but through the computer, this should be automatically classified. Like this table should be create automatically, and after that the categorize means how much time A is there, how much time 1 is there, that should be categorized accurately by the computer. Therefore, their text mining process is required. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
If you have any query related to this, please ask. Otherwise, we will stop here.
No, sir.
Okay, then thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.